Hey YouTube. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so this is Iron Brew caster number 13. Unlucky for some, but it's pretty cool. I may have hinted at this in a video I did last night actually, that I bought a Yamaha Pacifica, which kind of looks a bit black in this particular video, but hopefully I'll use the, I was rushing to get this done today while it was still daylight, so I've got a good photo of it outside which shows you the actual colour of it. It's not as dark as it looks in this video. So the title picture thing for this video will be more like its real colour. Yeah, so this is a Pacifica. I don't know how to work out what year it is. Nah, it says CMK 203279, which I think you can probably type in somewhere online. It'll probably tell you. But Pacificas are great guitars. I just always feel that they lack a bit of personality. Because it's sort of like a Strat. It's somewhere between a Strat and an Ibanez RG, I think. But now that it's an Iron Brew one, as you say, an Iron Brew Yamaha, I just covered over the sticker. You can peel that sticker off. It's just a sticker off the bottle, and I put one on the back as well with the original 1901 recipe. So, how limited that edition will be, I don't know. I'd imagine it's probably selling quite well, so they might continue doing it. But if not, then you might have this for. Do you remember that time in 2019 when they had the Iron Brew bottles that you went back to the original recipe for a month? Well, so you got it stuck on the back of the scratch plate as well. I was going to paint it orange. I thought, no, I'll just stick a sticker on it instead. That's better. Yeah, so this guitar is in very good condition. It plays brilliantly, like Yamahas always do, to be honest. Had to do a wee bit of setup on it. I've got it I've made it so that I've adjusted the neck, so the stabby bits, if you've had a Pacifica before, it's got the pressed steel saddles, so they're not normally quite stabby on your hands, so I've adjusted it so that it doesn't do that. So standard, it's HSS pickup configuration, but with a new switch in it, one that I've not done before. It's a sort of modification of one I've done before. But I've never seen this in another guitar ever, so this might be the first one in the world. Maybe. Yeah, so if you've got this, it's a 3-way switch. So if you've got this wee extra switch in the middle, you've got it's just a standard Pacifica. You've got a volume and a tone, 5-way switch. So position 5 being neck, and then neck and middle, and then middle and bridge, and then bridge. So the bridge is obviously a humbucker, and then when you're in middle and bridge, it's still a humbucker. Right, so my new switch, what I've done before was I like using a 3-way switch because it means you always can tell when it's off, because you just put it in the middle and it's off. Whereas if you've got a 2-way, there's always a bit of you've got to remember whether this way's off or this way's off. So but it's in the middle, it's off. What I was going to do, which I've done before, was I was going to make it, you push it one way, and it coil splits the bridge pickup, which gives you obviously an extra 2 sounds. It gives you single coil in the bridge, and when you're in the position 2, you get a single coil. You get a better, which a Pacifica can't do. You know, it's always a humbucker on that. So now you get a single coil there and the middle, which gives you that sort of the Strat position 2 as classic. And then I was going to make the other position, add in the neck pickup. It's for your Gilmore switch, so you can have, you know, if you're in bridge position, it would give you the outside 2 coils, and then if you put it into position 2, you would get all 3 on. But I couldn't decide whether I wanted to make that make that split the bridge as well. So if that was my thinking. This was actually in the shower. I decided I was going to do this. So basically, I was trying to decide whether it would be better to have the option for having the humbucker and the neck pickup, or have a single coil and the neck pickup together, which would be better. And I worked out a way of doing both. So if you're in the neck position, instead of adding in the neck position to, which is the way a normal Gilmore switch works, this one adds in the bridge position. So if you put it into this position, it adds in the bridge position as a single coil, and if you put it into this position, it adds in the bridge position as a humbucker. I've made that sound an awful lot more complicated than it is. Yeah. So yes. So if you're in the neck position, and you okay, stop in the chair, turn it on. So there you go, you've got neck position. But I'll run through the normal sounds first. So you get neck, just playing through, no pedals, I'm a wee laney there. position 4. Then the middle position, press for 3. And then position 2, which is humbucker and middle. I'll go into the rat pedal later on, just using clean sounds because you can kind of, the rat kind of evens everything out a bit, so it doesn't make as much a difference between the sounds. It's still there. And then bridge humbucker. Right, so if I go back to neck position, and I push this switch this way, you get sort of Telecaster, which is the single coil, it's the inner one here, and they're neck together, which I always think is a very useful position. But I've been calling it the Gilmore switch, but you used to get it on old Burns guitars, and it was called a Wild Dog or a Mad Dog switch. It might also be called S1 switch on Fenders these days. So that'd be normal neck, and then that's it with the single coil. So that's with the 5 position in the neck position in position 5. So if you put that into position 4, which would normally be these two, it's these two and this one. So it's all 3 pickups on. So all 3. Neck and bridge. And then neck and its own. Yep, so that's you've got your 5 original pickup sounds, and then that's just added in another 2. So you've got you've got 2 like this, and then all 3 on. If you also actually, because you are if I put that back on again, so that was us to, we worked our way to position 4, which is all 3 on. If you go to position, in the middle position, this one is now still, it's added in permanently, but it's a coil split as well. So you'll find position 4 and 2 and 3 are exactly the same, because that's you selecting the middle pickup and then adding in the bridge with my bypass switch. And if you go in position 2, it's selecting it, but my bypass is still on, but it's just doing the same thing. So that's giving you your strat usual position 2 with the single and the single. Yeah, that would be it normally with the humbucker, and then that's it with the single coil. And if you go to the bridge position, it's hardwired on, but you're selected it anyway, but it's now a single coil. So if you're on just on the bridge position and you flip that forward, it's just like a coil split. Humbucker, single coil. Yeah, so what we've done there is we've got your original 5 sounds, yep, and then if you go from the neck, we add in single coil, the 2 outer coils, so that's another 1, and then if you put it into position 4, you get all 3 on, so another 1, and if you put it into position 3 or 2, you get single coil in there, which wasn't there before, and if you put in to bridge position, you've got this tapped, so that's another 4 sounds, so that's us up at 9, just with 1 switch. But that's only half of it, because yeah, so if you put the switch in the middle, it's off. If you push the switch to this side, it now adds in, instead of adding in a single coil, it just adds in as a humbucker. So you've got single coil on its own, neck single coil. Then this is adding the humbucker in. And if you go into position 4 on the 5-way switch, you get all 4 coils on this time. And with this switch on, if you go into the middle position, it's the same as position 2 again, so you've got the humbucker and the middle. Then it's the same position 2. And then if you go there, it's just your humbucker and the bridge. So the switch doesn't do anything in that position. So that's it. Yeah, so we're at 9 sounds. So the ones we're adding in are neck and bridge humbucker and also all 3 on. So 11 sounds with 1 switch. But if you put it in the middle, you've just got a normal pacifica. Try not to be too mental about it. Maybe put jam along with that. Pick up on its own. Position 4. All three on, but this one tapped. And all 3 on, but this one is a humbucker. Middle pick up on its own. Position 2, which would be single coil and bridge and humbucker. Put this forward to splits the that's definitely one you want to have in this chart. Opposed to the usual. That's the usual position 2. My one. Humbucker on the bridge. Single coil bridge. pedal. That's it in single coil on the bridge. Bucker! Do you notice to switch to down the way, which when you've got the bridge pickup selected doesn't do anything. But it means if you go to the neck, puts in the neck and leaves the bridge on. That's what you get the single coil. Off the on. All three on, now with the humbucker in the bridge. Neck on its own. That tone off it maybe. What's a tremolo? Leave the up end on it. Never use chorus, let's give it a go. Handily. Just put the first pedal on because the first pedal's always good with a bit of single call. Yeah, so these are awesome guitars. Ones that I've been doing quite extensive string bending here. How out of tune is it? Actually, okay, it's maybe not exactly in tune, but these strings haven't been on it long, so a bit sharp, maybe. Just the high E. Considering I haven't actually stretched the strings in, that's pretty damn impressive the way it's holding in tune for that amount of tremolo abuse. It's not a Floyd Rose Redman, that's just a standard Strats type trem. Yeah, so Iron Brewcaster number 13. As you can probably tell, that I really quite enjoy this guitar. It's really nice. I mean, these win the best guitar under 250 quid, whatever it is, every year since they made them in the early 90s. I don't know how old this one is. I think you can maybe tell the differences. Nick, who's the guitarist in my band, has one of these in seafoam green, something like that, and his has got like a pickup ring round about the humbucker. So I think maybe this is either newer or older than this. This one doesn't have it's just set straight into the scratch plate. But I mean, this switch is awesome. If you've got an HSS guitar, that switch just gives you 11 sounds with one switch. So I can fit that for you if you want. for £100 or under £100, quite a bit less than £100. Don't want to price myself out of the market. Quite easy to do, actually. Yeah, so I don't know if this will make it to be actually for sale. It's pretty damn good. I'm just, it's a wee bit annoying the fact it doesn't really look particularly blue in this video. Maybe something to do with the colour of my t-shirt. Maybe hold it up there. Can you see it's blue? Sort of. It looks like very dark blue. It's not really that dark. It's sort of metallic-y. It's actually a very similar colour to the Squire Bullet Mustang. I would have said it might even be the same. Maybe even be exactly the same colour as the Squire Bullet Mustang, which I really like because of the colour. Yeah, so rock and roll.